Hello and welcome to this week's Beauty Trends. This week we have several blushes, a hair care product, and two fashion items with a nod to the 1970s. First, I'm going to share with you a couple blush products that have just come out. And what's really interesting is blushes are having this trend within their own trend this year. What's really hot are these blush oils that change with the pH of your skin, as well as the blush highlighter hybrids. This is a formula by Hints, and they have these clay-based textures, but they go on really light and airy and give just a nice fresh blush to the skin. I've really been enjoying this one by Hints. So there's a product out in each of these categories. The first one is by Espresso. It's called their Glassy Tones, and it's a clear oil formula that you just pat onto the cheeks, and it changes with your own skin's pH, and it also looks different on everyone's skin tone. So it's a really interesting concept. I've been really enjoying the one by Youthforia. I think I reviewed this for you a couple weeks ago, but it's the same concept, and this is their lip to cheek oil. And it, like I said, it just changes my own skin tone. It gives me my own kind of flush blush look, and I really enjoy this concept, especially if you like the glassy skin look. This is a great product for you to try out. And the next one is by About Face, and it's called Cheek Freak. And this is one of their formulas that's this hybrid highlight and blush all in one. It's in this clay texture base, but it goes on really light. You don't need a lot to kind of get that sort of fresh look to your cheek. But this color that they're advertising is really a little bit scary. It's their lavender color, but they have like 8 or 10 different tones that might be more suited for me personally. But I really love this sort of highlighter blush combination, especially for summer. It was a really pretty look. And they have some deeper tones that kind of could pull into the fall. So you might want to check these out by About Face. Next up is a tip that I want to share with you that I learned from Beth. I think it's Refreshingly Wrinkled is her IG account. I don't think she has a YouTube, but it's a really interesting trick for making a blush from your lipstick. And I have always probably showed you this, my fast trick of just throwing on a little blush, by using my lippy. And my mom and I used to do this all the time. But Beth I think she came up with it. I'm not sure if she came up with it, but it's a really cool idea. You take a dab of your foundation, and today I have the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, so I just took a dab of it with my lippy and created this sort of cream-like blush. And it's a lot less stark than just putting, or a lot less deeper of a tone than just putting your blush or your lipstick straight onto your cheek. So it was a really ingenious little trick, and you just put this tiniest little bit, mix it up, and it gives you kind of this color match without being as stark and difficult to blend in as if you just put your lipstick directly on your cheek. As you can see, that gives sort of a deeper tone. So I just really liked it. This is a lot easier to work in. It's a little bit more subtle. It's a little bit more natural looking. So I just want to thank Beth for teaching me this trick because I've been using it this last week and absolutely loving it. Next up in Beauty Trends this week is a hair product. It's the K18 Leave-In Molecular Repair Hair Mask. Now, this is kind of making a resurgence in beauty. It was really popular, I think, last winter, and it's back. So I tried it last winter, and it definitely decreased the frizz in my hair and the flyaways. So I decided to give it another try. The reason I didn't keep using it every 4 to 6 weeks like they recommend is because it kind of was a little bit too flattening for my thin hair, and it didn't give me the bounce that I really wanted, but it definitely cut down on the frizz, and it definitely left my hair soft, very manageable. The one thing that I caution is the second ingredient here is alcohol denat, and you can smell that. When you pump out this product, you can smell the alcohol. And if you have a sensitive scalp, it might not be for you, but it definitely cuts down on frizz, definitely makes your hair more manageable, and it's a treatment that is quite expensive. This is, I think, $75, but a little goes a long way first, and you only use it every 4 to 6 weeks. So it's not something that you use after every shower, and there are a lot of do's and don'ts with this formula, so I'm going to read these off to you. So the do is you need to use a clarifying shampoo before you start the K18 mask. And you also need to wait 4 minutes after you've towel dried. You're not going to use conditioning shampoo before this product. You want to towel dry, leave the product in for about 4 minutes, and then just go on with your regular styling. And then you don't want to overuse it, it says. A little bit does go a long way. So perhaps even a half a dime size amount for me was a little bit too much. I'm going to try it again in another month and sort of see how I feel about it. I need to use up the product, so I'm going to give it a go for this winter. The last two trends are both in fashion with a nod to the 1970s. First, you might have noticed last week in Fashion Week that over-the-knee boots are back, and the Gianvito Rossi boots are the hot ticket this week. A little out of my price range at $1,500. But if you have a pair of go-go boots or over-the-knee boots, you might want to head up to the attic and dust them off for this winter. The final fashion item are a pair of glasses by Warby Parker. They're Belmar Aviator glasses. I don't think aviator glasses ever go out of style. My dad's been rocking his since the 1950s. A pair of aviator glasses are always in fashion. So that is a wrap-up of this week's Trending Beauty and Fashion. I hope you enjoyed this video and wishing you a fantastic day.